What is up, guys? It is episode 8 of the AuraCast. I'm DragonBeaz. My
I
co-host
am
is back.
Cinder. I returned. It has been so many weeks, but I'm back.
And our special guest host is the doggo, Philo.
Yes!
Hi.
Philo makes a return. Not return. Well, yeah, return. Why not?
No, Philo is your co-host. Yeah, Cinder's the guest and Philo's the co-host.
Up that way. I believe I'm putting the right way for the stream. But yeah.
So let's play the intro and let's get the show on the road. Oh, that went quick. All right. We didn't get a yeah. All right.
I'm not ready for that one.
No, I know you were taking a drink. That was hilarious. So, hi guys.
Hi. Oh my god.
So yeah, Cinder is back. Philo's not going to stay on camera that long because he wants to go lay down.
He is large and he is warm.
He is large, warm, and has a
He's
very
so cute though.
He has a smelly breath.
Look at his angry but not really eyebrows. Oh.
He's got. Look, all right. I'm going to put it out there. He's just got resting bitch face 24 hours a day. He just does. I love him, but he looks kind of happy. Look, oh, don't look so happy, puppy.
No, look at him.
There he goes. He's too heavy. He's also losing like a ton of hair. So it's like
the worst time.
Everything ends up covered in hair. And for a short-haired dog, it seems to just it's like spores. It just sort of goes. He's like, I'm waiting for tumbleweeds.
He's just making his mark, just leaving his mark everywhere. That's what it is.
I fucking hope not. I'm not cleaning that up. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we'll just put Philo on the camera and nothing else.
Can we obviously we've got our 2 cameras and everyone's saying that Philo should be the only host. So can we have him show up twice, like in both camera slots?
Oh yeah, I could absolutely do that.
Yeah, cool. That sounds like a plan.
That's something I can work out one day.
AuraCast episode 8 next week featuring only Philo.
Only Philo. An hour and a half of just the dog. The Philo cast. I know one person who would absolutely love that. Completely before we go on to anything AG related or gaming related. It's been a while since Cinder's been on the podcast, so let's sort of catch up. But there's one thing I need to point out is there's one person who would absolutely love Philo being on the podcast, and that would be Cinder's wonderful partner, the amazing Riley, who DM'd me today. I don't know if Cinder knows this yet, going that he's putting a compilation video together of clips and videos and photos from my streams of just Philo.
Okay, he has mentioned that to me before.
So, like, every chance he gets, he clips everything, and then it gets better. I get a message today. The message reads, maybe you can do either a just chatting podcast with Philo, or just chatting stream on your channel with just Philo and you, or you could do a stream out and about with Philo.
That's an idea.
And I'm like, I feel like my channel is now being eclipsed by the dog.
You are now a dog channel.
I'm just gonna it'll be Pokemon, Minecraft, and Philo.
Dog. So yeah, elephant in the room. I've been away for about 7,000 weeks. But I'm back. Yeah, I've been to see Riley. It was very fun. And it was just a pleasant time. It was so good, so fun. There's not really much else to say apart from the fact that it was adorable, gay vibes everywhere, and it was just a hell of a good time. So fun. But I'm back.
The bulk cast.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, sorry. That name is brilliant. I love that. Oh, God.
Yes, O'Diddy! Yes!
Oh, no. Is it what I think it is? Is it that sound you were talking about on your stream the other day? Oh, he's peering at the door. Uno momento, por favor. So, yeah. Very low.
Every time.
So yeah, that's so Cinder's been away. I've had an assortment of people on the stream.
No, and the AGRC was happening at the same time as well.
Yeah.
Side note, because I haven't been on this AuraCast until now, congratulations to those that got through. I'm excited to see where the stream team goes from this point onwards. There are going to be more opportunities later on down the line for people to join for those that didn't get there. But for now, thanks to everyone that took part in it. Congratulations to those that actually got in. And yeah, it's going to be exciting times.
Yeah, it went quick. Like the time went quick on that, and like, so I'll let you in a little secret too. I purposely left pedal till last just because I'm a bastard, putting it bluntly, and I knew that they were a bundle of nerves, so I purposely left until last.
Oh, that's just so mean. Aura Guardians, a family, but we get on you now.
I told them afterwards, and he just laughed. He thought it was funny. But it was like, I'm such a bastard.
Oh man,
I'm a responsible leader. Look at me go. So yeah, on other AG news, so yes, AGRC is said and done, and everyone's been brought into the team that was announced last week. So that's Gay Superman, the True Pedal, and Lonnie. So those guys have somewhat settled in. I haven't told them about all the horrible things that we're going to do.
You haven't told them about the initiation process.
I was going to say there's no, not yet. There's a process.
No, okay. Let's keep that secret for now.
And then so that's been a thing. The Minecraft server's been busy.
Yes.
Mainly. Oh my god! Did you get a chance to listen to last week's podcast by any chance?
No.
Oh my god! You have to at least listen to the exciting adventures of one charming bowtie, because oh my god, it was just an absolute shit show. The other person who has a lot of fun in that one, and I'm just calling people out here because I can. I feel like I'm in one of those modes. Is that Alex dies a lot in that server.
I feel like I'm going to. I'm terrified.
Like the number of times I've been on that server, and then I just get random message, so and so burned to death, and it's usually Alex. So I should keep a death counter for everyone. I'm sure Alex has just blown that out of the.
I'm gonna be invading that server tonight. Fun fact.
Yes. So
I'm gonna be making my mark. Oh my god.
So Cinder will be joining the server later tonight. In a few hours' time, and I'm actually going to be playing Minecraft as well. So you are welcome to come hang out with us in that server and give him hell.
I've wanted to get back into Minecraft for a little bit, and I've been watching more videos on stuff. There's a YouTuber called Dream, for those that know about him. Does a lot of like plugins in his worlds, the different challenges that he makes with his friends. There's one where he's a speedrunner, I think, but 3 of his friends will hunt him down as he's trying to speedrun the game, and if he dies at any point, he loses. If he beats the Ender Dragon, he wins. That's very fun to watch. But I've been watching more stuff like that, and I've been like, I want to get back into the game. And I messaged me, and I was like, oh, I have an idea for stream.
It's been really busy. Like I'm glad it is, but it's actually blown me away by the number of people who have actually gone in and used the server, which is good. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely encourage it. People have been streaming in it, which has been amazing as well. So it's been really positive, which is great. And I love going in there. Oh, what's that someone's built? Or you're randomly wandering around and you find something that someone's done. Or when someone's raided something or been digging, or if you just find creeper craters, it's probably where Charming was last. It probably is. And if you happen to be in the server at the same time Charming is, he might be peering through your window. I don't know. All right.
All right.
He spent some time with some villagers because he
that just makes it sound even worse.
Well, he didn't. Here's the thing: he didn't want to wake them up, and it was nighttime, and there was lots of monsters, so he just stood there in their house because there was no room to put a bed down.
So he got very close to some villagers, I assume.
He did. He's a mess. So it was very funny. So yeah. So that's that, and then we have officially scheduled the movie night. It's only taken
my god,
a billion years to do it, but it's happening. So the movie night is next weekend. It's Sunday night at 9 p.m. CET.
Here's the twist.
Yeah.
So there was a poll to find out what movie would be shown for movie night.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing this. I was like, how's that going to work? and then lo and behold, they made it work. So 2 movies end up being tied for most voted. One of them was Rogue One.
Yep.
And what was the other one?
Ready Player One.
Right. And I was like, in my head, I don't know because I'm not part of management. I don't know what they're doing up in the management clouds of AG. So I didn't know what the plan was going to be. But they decided, let's just show both of them. So for the first movie night, it's going to be quite fun.
I was like, all right, well, I didn't want to kind of like split the difference and, flip a coin or anything. I'm like, all right, we've taken this long. We'll get 2 movie nights going. The second one hasn't been scheduled officially yet, but it will be probably about 2 weeks after Rogue One, which is what we're watching next weekend. So all are invited. Sometime during the week, I'll be making a movie night VC. And a channel for text for those who don't want to talk in it, or during the movie to use as well, because during the movie, it's probably not good yakking, but there's a very
Alex, I voted for Back to the Future as well. Don't worry about it. I'm sad it didn't win, but hey,
Danny's salty because I voted and he can't because of IP. He's a little. Then they told him how to cheat and vote by using his mobile without being connected to the Wi-Fi, because it'll give you a different IP. Did you vote, Danny?
Yes, I did.
He did vote. There you go.
Okay, cool.
What I find funny?
What's that?
Put in Ready Player One.
Yeah.
And then I saw the other ones and didn't even vote for Ready Player One.
Oh, you're such a derp. So that's happening. There might be some more details coming out during the week, but basically it's starting at 9 p.m. CET, which we did convert, and the information is in the announcements channel. It's like 2 p.m. EST, so it's in the afternoon for Americans.
Still worth double checking for your local time zone just to make sure.
Yeah.
Me and Beaz have had fun with time zone conversions in the past. So,
well, the management team is not much better at it. Calling us all out there.
Conversions might be there, but just double check for your own time zone if you do want to take part, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. I'll see if I'm there. I don't know if I'll be able to yet, but what day is it fall on?
Sunday.
Okay. I'll see what's happening.
So yeah, let me just double check because I'm having a moment where so it's starting at 9 p.m. CET, 3 p.m. EST.
Right.
So yeah, so it's mid-afternoon for Americans on the East Coast. If you're on,
that'll be 8 for people in the UK, 8 p.m.
Yep. And I'm guessing on the West Coast it would be
2.
Is it 3 hours or is it 5 hours?
Oh, is it that much difference?
I think it's a 5-hour difference. I don't know.
No, it can't be. So it's got to be only 3.
I don't know. Anyway, there's some times for you. Go for it.
Oh, God.
So that's pretty much it for AG news at the moment. There's always something happening, but yeah.
Which you can join the Discord for to keep up to date. There we go.
Subtle as a brick. Time difference between the east and west coasts of America. So if it's 3 p.m. East Coast, I would have said it was 10 a.m. West Coast, but I could be wrong.
I don't think it's that severe, but again, I could be wrong.
Oh, it is 3 hours.
Wait, I was correct. That's rare.
Where'd I get 5 hours from?
Oh,
it is daylight time there too, so maybe that has an impact.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't know.
It's 4?
Oh, daylight time it's 5. Non-daylight time it's 4.
Time zones confuse me the best of times.
All right,
my brain hurts.
The 2 that are confirmed: 9 p.m. CET, Central European Time, and 3 p.m. Central Standard Time in America. No, Eastern Standard Time in America, East Coast.
And 8 p.m. British Standard Time in the UK.
Yeah. It just gets very confusing.
Anyway, can we move on from time zones to my brain's hurting?
Everyone. Anyway, so yeah, other than that, there's not a lot of AG news really. Yeah, that's about it. So let's move on to what's happening in gaming at the moment.
So, Thursday, we had a PlayStation State of Play show for those that watch that. There are a few games that were shown that I'm very excited for. We got more information about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. I didn't say it's about time. That's actually the name of the game, which is hilarious. You can play as Neo Cortex in that game.
Oh my god!
What? And Dingo Dino as well. You can play as him.
Okay.
I'm very, very excited, but as well as Coco and Crash, and you got all these different masters that you interact with throughout the game. Because it's a completely new game, first time in over a decade, I think it was. Which I'm very excited for.
And it's a proper sequel to the first 3.
It's a sequel to Warped, yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm intrigued. It showed a couple of different gameplay mechanics and a secret extra mode. Not secret, but other Crash Bandicoot games had like time trials or like different extra game modes. The way Crash Bandicoot 4 is doing it is kind of like an alternate dimension for each individual world. So you'd go into the world, and I believe for almost all of them they're reversed, not from end to start, but like mirror flipped. But there'll be a different effect depending on what world it is. Like for example, there was one where it's all black and white, and you have to do your spin to paint everywhere around you to put colour so you know where you're going. There's one where the world is underwater. There's one where the world is like sepia tones and different types of stuff. It's so weird. Okay. It's so weird and so exciting.
It sounds trippy.
It looks so trippy. It looks so good. I'm gonna be getting it for sure.
The one thing I've seen, I mean, I'm skating through the news on here as well. That came out today actually is that PS5 games will not support the PS4 controller. They won't be.
Okay, a lot of people are losing their mind over this, and I get it because. With the PS5, you're going to want to innovate with new technology, and the new controller for PS5 obviously has technology that works with the games.
Yeah.
You can play PS4 games with the new controller or the old controller, but not being able to use the PS4 controller in PS5 games is fine, because say for example, when we went from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, we got new controllers with that. Yes, you could use the old controllers, but everyone just got the new controller anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is exactly the same. I don't know why people are up in arms about it.
I guess because, I mean, my view, before I go on to why I think it might be upsetting people, but my view is the same I had with like the Switch and the Wii U and the Wii. The big thing that annoyed me with the Wii and the Wii U is that they just kept dragging old peripherals back in, so controllers and stuff, and it's like, I don't need 50 controllers for this one console. Like, let's bring in a GameCube controller, a classic controller, a Wiimote, a nunchuck, a television remote,
a steering wheel,
a
tennis racket,
the buttons on your microwave. It was too much. It's a gun and it folds and.
Hi, Riley.
Have you been here from the start, Riley? Because you missed out on what you missed out on. So you have to rewind the tape and. Watch.
The pencil,
Wow, that's a throw. That's a throwback. Wow, that is such a throwback. Oh my god. Before we go on to the video games, I remember when I was a kid recording things on a cassette tape, and like the tape.
I'm not this old, by the way. Just clarification.
Would like chew the tape up, and then all the like. Ribbon stuff would come out, and the only way you could fix it was to put a pencil in the little thing and wind it back up. Yeah.
I just remember doing that. I don't remember actually really using them.
Yeah. So
apart from one of the Pokemon movies, but
how big was the pencil? That's
not the pencil. I'm on about using the tape itself.
Oh, I thought you meant you were winding the videotape up. I'm like, you need a massive pencil to fit the hole on a VCR, like on the. All right, it's a big.
Oh my god!
Hang on, I gotta wind the thing up. Hang on, get the big pencil out.
You know, like one of those like handles on the front of like old cars.
Oh, like a crank handle.
Yeah.
Just crank it up. Hang on, we're getting the VCR ready. We'll just crank it up. Shit. So yeah, but as I said, so that's my view on bringing old peripherals up to the next gen.
Yeah.
But I can see, from my perspective, I think it's because the PS4 and the PS5 controllers are different shaped.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing I can think of why people are getting a bit antsy, is because, at least with the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One, they're basically the same shape.
And a lot of people would like using the PS4 controllers. I get that.
Yeah. Whereas the PS4 controller compared to the PS5 controller, the PS5 controller is a bit more like, say, a Pro controller for a Switch. It's got that sort of shape.
For example, for context.
Yeah, so it's that kind of shape. So it is a little bit different. It's more Xbox shaped than it is the PS4 controller.
Here's the thing. I hear my front door going. I like the Xbox controller. I like the Pro controller. I've never really been a massive fan of the PlayStation controllers, but the PS4 controller is quite nice.
Yeah.
To actually use. Not to hold as such, but to use it's alright. The PS5 controller, I'm excited for the PS5. I'm excited for many parts about the PS5. The controller is one of the ugliest things I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't look forward to using it.
Did you see the leaked... people were talking about the console being white, and some people were like, I'd like a black version because I've got a black PS4 and because all the original consoles have been black.
Yes.
And I've seen the leaked image of the black one, and I actually don't like the black one. It looks bland.
I haven't seen that leaked image yet, but the design lends itself to looking good in that colour.
Yeah, I guess it was too much black and not enough to break it up, if that makes sense. Because it's going to be a beast of a console. Like, it's huge. So it's just going to look like a big black brick thing sitting on your shelf.
One thing that makes me nervous about it being like a whole black coloured console is the heat.
Yeah, and that's been a big discussion about what's in that, and that's what Toma's brought up the last couple of times. It's got so much tech in it that how is that thing going to cool itself? We don't actually know a lot about its cooling method.
Yeah.
And that's why that's probably why it's so big too, because it needs that space for all of this stuff and breathing space. Like, it needs breathing space.
Exactly. I mean, I can see that it has that at like the quote top of the console. It looks like it looks like it's been designed well with regards to air intake. So I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about, obviously, with Toma making up the point, the tech that's inside, that's going to require a lot of power. That's going to create a lot of heat.
So it's either going to not cool down properly, or they've got to have a different method, or it's going to have fans in it that's going to sound like a jet engine.
That worries me. That does worry me. The PlayStation's never been a quiet console.
Positive, and I feel so bad, but I'm going to point it out. At least if it does sound like it, or if it blows a lot of air like a jet engine, Silent can use it to dry out her carpet when her roof leaks. It'll be fine.
I mean, it's silver lining and everything.
Sorry. Just put it down. I'm so mean. I'm in one of those moods.
Oh, great. I look forward to streaming you later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm on fire.
And then later on Minecraft. Oh god, I'm on fire.
Probably. So that was an interesting. But people are getting really up in arms about it. I don't understand it. I'm glad in one way. I don't want them to just continually drag up peripherals just because they can. So
I don't think it's going to be as bad. I don't have a problem with them requiring a new controller for their new games.
No, it makes sense.
I just have a problem with how the controller looks.
Yeah, it's weird. It is a little bit weird. But I think until I actually see the PS5 and its controller and everything in my hand, I don't know how to fully feel about it. I'm not convinced yet. I think it's going to be weird. And the one thing, unless they announce it in the state of play, which I don't think they did.
What, the console?
There's been no price yet.
No, they didn't announce it in state of play.
Why are they avoiding it?
Well, State of Play, the main idea of that show was to show off a lot of third-party games that are coming to the PS5 and the PS4. They show off some games coming to PS4 even after the PS5 comes out, which confused me a little bit. But
it does happen. Xbox 360, Xbox One had an overlap. A lot of games came to both consoles, but it just seems like they are avoiding announcing the price. And I think
I can understand it.
I think I know why.
Go on.
It's going to be expensive.
Well, no, I watched a thing on YouTube about a month or two ago. It was like this weird, it was like a mini documentary kind of thing. A person or a group of people went in to basically find out information as to what is shared when companies reveal consoles, when it's shared, and why that is the case. And a lot of the times, because the Xbox hasn't had a price revealed either, has it?
No.
Now, the reason for this is because they're going to delay it as much as possible. Because, say, for example, you're Sony, and you got just for hypothetical sake, you know that Microsoft have left it as long as they can. They're going to be revealing a price next week. That information gets out. You as Sony can go, okay, we can delay it for just a couple of days to see how much this console will cost, so that we can try and figure out a cost that's affordable and beats our competitors.
They're trying to avoid what happened last gen, and that was at E3. Both companies announced their pricing, but Sony undershot Microsoft by $50.
Yeah,
and it sort of came out that they had heard their pricing and everything. So I think that's what's happening at the moment, and I think you're right. Whereas Nintendo could get away with announcing, say they bring out the Nintendo Switch Pro, like it's been rumored, they could get away with announcing any price because whilst it's a console in competition with those two, it's in its own sort of bubble.
That's what I will say about that. Nintendo's in a league of its own, and I don't mean that as in it's better or worse than Sony and Microsoft, but it's got almost not a different target audience, but a different style of audience, I guess.
Yeah, most people have a Switch and another console.
Yeah, you think of Xbox and PlayStation, and it's a lot more of a, for lack of a better word, competitive console, like gaming-wise. The Switch is a lot more of a family get-together kind of console with some other games like that thrown in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of got for lack of a better term, it's got a different target audience. So Nintendo don't necessarily have to wait for different companies to say, "Oh, this is how much it's going to be," for then Nintendo to go, "Oh, we can offer it cheaper," or like Sony and Microsoft are doing, because that's more likely what's happening. Sony and Microsoft, I can almost bet on it, know what kind of prices they want to sell their console.
Yeah.
Sell their console at. Sorry, just random screaming outside my window.
It really
but they're not going to say
like a goat.
It's a child, believe it or not. But they're not going to say anything until their competitor says something first, and they're going to delay it as long as possible.
Yeah.
Purely because of competition. That's all it comes down to.
So there's that. I'm just sort of scaling through what's been in the news recently.
Yeah, you have it up, so let's go through. Hitman, don't care about it. What a boring looking game.
I still don't get I can't get over the last time they showed it and it being...
Oh, but it looked like a horror game.
It looked like a horror game. I still can't get past that. It
I
just
don't
was
get
like,
that,
what
so.
a weird direction then, trying to promote this in.
Yeah.
An interesting one. Halo 3 is 13 years old.
Yes.
And it's getting new guns and weapon skins for the first time.
Why?
I don't know.
I mean, there is an audience for it. I know that Halo 3 is on the Master Chief Collection now. At least I think it is. Been
so
release, maybe?
Yeah, Season 3 of Halo, for Halo 3, it's getting new customizations, new guns in multiplayer. Yes, new guns are coming to a game that first released in 2007.
I mean, there's a strong community in every single Halo game. That being said, why?
Look, it's so weird. I mean, I get it, but then on another side, I don't get it.
I almost purely don't get it. I get it purely for the sense that the community is still strong.
Yeah, I think that's all that it is. And especially since the Master Chief Collection is getting still a lot of... I mean, it came out on PC not that long ago in the grand scheme of things. So there's definitely a core audience plus potentially new people playing it as well for the first time. So it's possible.
I still think Halo 2 was better, but...
Halo 2 is still... I was going to say, I prefer Halo 2. Yes, Max. Which platforms is the podcast available on? So the podcast is available in video format on the Aura Guardians YouTube channel, usually about 24 hours after it's been broadcast, live on Twitch. And then it's also available on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify.
So you have no reason not to be able to watch an episode, apart from if you're me, because I still have a few episodes to catch up on. But, I'll get there.
What else have we got here? Final Fantasy's got some stuff. Horizon Zero Dawn PC port needs some work, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. I'm guessing it's probably got some frame rate issues and stuff.
Yeah, that was bound to happen, let's be honest. I still haven't played that. I need to play that at some point.
What else we got here? So yeah, what else we got? There's been so much weird random stuff. Bug Snack's got an official gameplay trailer.
Okay, let me talk about this because I'm excited. The first time we saw Bugsnax in the Sony whatever the fuck kind of show it was called,
Yeah.
it had a certain vibe to it. It was a very cheery vibe. A little bit weird, but that's the point. Bugsnax, this trailer seemed to take random parts a little bit more of a serious approach.
I think it's
Especially
going to
at
have
the
some horrific moments in it
Yeah,
because
because
of
at
the
the
content.
end, like everything got really dark, and there was. I'm going to explain this in a serious way, but that's just because how the creatures are in this world. There's one point where like the world is in darkness and everything, and there's this huge like Mothra creature, but in the shape of pizza slices that flew through the sky, and it was fucking huge. And it's like this game has switched vibes from very cheery to what the fuck's going on. So I'm very, very nervous, but I'm going to be looking forward to that game.
So
I can't
bizarre.
wait. But it's so weird.
They also showed off an official narrated gameplay trailer for Crash, which you said. Spelunky 2 has got an official release date.
That
now.
looks really good. That was shown. That looks amazing.
I do like.
That's going to have online multiplayer as well. It's going to be great.
That's going to be good. What else we got here? They showed some combat from Godfall.
Okay, right. Sit down, strap yourselves in. When Godfall was first shown, I wasn't sure whether it be a microtransaction filled mess or if it's just going to be a mess in general, because it didn't look polished. It didn't look that great. Upon seeing this new trailer, I'm a lot more into it, but there's still something that feels off about it. They did confirm, something I do like about it, they did confirm that there's no microtransactions, there's nothing along that line in the game. When you get the game, you get the whole game. There's nothing that you can purchase extra. Something still feels off.
There's got to be a catch.
I don't know what it is. The combat looks fun. They showed off 2 of the 5 weapon styles. They didn't show us the Warhammers, the cowards, but they showed 2 of the combat styles, which were very fun. It's a looter combat kind of game.
Yeah.
Where they explain how it's half based on the loot you get, but it's also half based on the skill as well. So it's not just based on you got good items, you win.
Yeah.
Supposedly. Something still feels wrong, and I don't know what it is, and that's what bugs me.
There's gonna be a catch. There's gotta be a catch. Paper Mario, the Origami King came out.
Get it? Paper Mario's out, Nintendo. I don't need to see more of this game. I'm so sick of seeing this.
They're so proud of this game, and I think it's because Paper Mario has always had a very good following. It's an
amazing following, very dedicated.
But it's like you can only show something so many times, especially after it's out. It's like just let people enjoy it for what it is instead of showing everything.
Yeah, it looks good. Will I play it at some point? Probably. I'm not going to rush to get it. But yeah, Paper Mario has a very dedicated, very cool following. So you can't deny that. But in the same breath, I get it. It's out. Nintendo, chill.
I'm just looking at this game. I'm going through a list of games and things that have come out and whatever else. And there's a game that came out, and I had to click on it because I was like, "This is a name that I've never seen in my life." So, a game called, brace yourself, ready? Fight Crab, Battle of the Bisque has come out.
I know this game. Because it looks really fucking fun.
And it's literally crabs fighting crabs with lightsabers and swords and...
It was teased a little bit on the start of this year or the end of last year.
I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm seeing a trailer right now, and I just don't understand.
I want to see that game. I want to play that game so bad.
It's got like Ninja Turtles and a sledgehammer and like what is? Look, you know what? I'll drop a link in the channels in the chat so that if anyone wants to have a look at it, you can have a look. But holy crap!
It looks so good. I didn't know the name was Battle of the Bisque.
Like, what am I looking at? Why is this a thing? It's like Goat Simulator, but with crabs, and they're like big crabs, and there's tanks and buildings, and all right. Whatever.
It looks really fun. I can't wait to play that. Super
bizarre. So, yeah, that's a thing. Other than that, there hasn't been an awful lot of news, really. There's the usual Pokemon stuff coming out.
There are a couple of other games coming to PS5 and PS4 showing the state of play. There's one that I love the look of. I can't remember the name of it, but the game you played this hunter, or huntress, should I say, with this eagle companion. And it looked very, very fluid. It kind of gave me like Mirror Edge vibes of fluidity.
Yeah.
And it looks very, very good. Kind of like Mirror's Edge meets fantasy meets Assassin's Creed. It looks really, really good. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, didn't they also show up a video for a game called that was like based on Robin Hood?
Yes, it's called Hood something and something. I can't remember the actual title is.
Hood
But
something. Check it out.
I found out more information about that game, a little bit more information.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailer, I thought, oh, this looks like it'll have multiplayer co-op. It wasn't mentioned, but in my head I was like, okay, that makes sense. Turns out it's a 4v4 online competitive heist style game.
Oh.
Yeah, like team-based heist style game in that kind of nature. So I assume it's going to be like a defense and attack type thing. It's going to be online multiplayer. The trailer made it look amazing.
The only other thing that I'm excited for, but then it's like, all right, is that Pikmin 3 is coming to the Switch.
I've never played a Pikmin game. That's a confession. Never played one.
It's like a remastered version of it, which I'm kind of glad, because there's a lot of Wii U games that didn't get the light they deserved because of how shit the console was. Because there are some amazing games on the Wii U. And so this was out of nowhere. Like, no one expected a Pikmin remaster on here.
Thanks,
so
Jag.
that's good. But so that's sort of like the news of the week, really. There's some there is a Cyberpunk stream coming next week to show off some
I thought you were about to
stuff.
say it's been delayed for the 17th time.
No. So yeah, the Pathless, is that the name of the game you're talking about? The Pathless?
Yes! It looks so damn good. I can't wait to play that. I think that's a PS5 release early on in the console's life.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm very excited for that.
So there's a lot of stuff. Hitman 3 in VR.
Great.
Yeah. So that's basically it. So
Crash Bandicoot, I can't wait.
That's gonna be
Atlas,
good.
I can't wait. They showed an anniversary edition of, if anyone knows of a game called Braid, 2D platformer that plays with time travel, time control. It's an anniversary edition which includes commentary tracks about how the game was made, like in every detail. If you're interested in this type of game, or interested in how games are made in general, check out Braid Anniversary Edition when it comes out. It does look really good. And they've updated all the graphics as well, updated all the pixel art. I think for every pixel they used, every pixel now has like 3 or 4 pixels in its place.
Oh.
So, and because of that, animations are more fluid, and there are animations now. It looks amazing.
I found some more information. I found some more news, actually. There you go. So Doom Eternal campaign is getting an expansion. That's been announced.
I still need to play Doom Eternal.
And Rocksteady, that's right, the Suicide Squad game.
What? I don't know about this.
Oh, didn't you know about that? They have announced during DC Fandom. They announced that Rocksteady's Suicide Squad game is in development. And there's going to be more information. During GC Fandom on the 22nd of August, they're going to show more, is what I mean. Through the official Rocksteady Studios Twitter account, a tweet was sent out into the world with an image of Superman on it, except that there is a logo of the Suicide Squad on his head as a kind of visor.
Huh. See, a little bit of a tangent. I know a lot of people didn't like that movie. I quite liked it. I quite enjoyed it. I know it's not. I'm aware it's not the greatest, and it's not. But I really liked that movie. I think some of the hate it gets is justified, but come on, don't be that mean. But Suicide Squad game.
Yeah, it says this photo, along with the short text that accompanies it, may indicate that Suicide Squad must deal with an evil Superman. Perhaps the title is based on the Injustice Gods Among Us comic, in which Superman turns his back on humanity after Joker kills his family.
I was just saying, they've already done an Injustice game. They've done 2. And they're fighting games made by NetherRealm Studios. Shout out to them. They make amazing fighting games. They made Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11. But Injustice games, the story in that game touched on that. It's that story. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do that for Suicide Squad game.
Also, Animal Crossing New Horizons has sold over 22 million copies.
So
22 million. What
I was speaking to my
hell?
brother at the time. Well, I was speaking to my brother not long after I found this out. So I did a little bit of Googling through articles. Animal Crossing units sold has outsold the highest selling game on PS2, which was GTA San Andreas, I believe. The Switch is on its way to becoming Nintendo's best-selling home console.
It played an ad. Good lord.
The Switch is on its way to becoming Nintendo's best-selling home console, and at the rate that it's on its way to beat the PS2 as best-selling console.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's mad. Sorry about the ad playing. I'm looking at news sites and then it starts playing a really happy, joyful music ad. I'm like,
Yeah, the PS2, best-selling console of all time.
yeah.
If the Switch continues as it's going, it could beat the PS2.
Loud ad is loud. Loud ad is loud. Thank you. The interesting... I was just reading it. So they've shared that it sold 22 million times. And that in 6... Okay, and they've sold... So 1 in 3 Nintendo Switches that have been sold, the owner has Animal Crossing. 1
There
in
we go.
3. That is
So good.
mad. That is
Animal Crossing is a
crazy.
great game. I've got back into that lately. I'm so happy I have.
So it has become the second best-selling Nintendo Switch game after Mario Kart Deluxe.
Yeah.
It has outsold Breath of the Wild and Super Smash Bros.
Animal Crossing is a game everyone can play. That's the thing. That's why Mario Kart 8 sold really well, because it's a game everyone can come together and play and have a good time.
It's crazy.
That's all it comes down to. You don't need a complex game. Breath of the Wild, amazing game. Still haven't played it. Smash Bros, amazing game. But the ease of being able to play Animal Crossing or Mario Kart, just be able to pick it up and play it and have a good time, that's what makes a game so attractive, especially for the system that it's on. It's so accessible and so easy to play, to pick up, that everyone's going to play it because it's fun.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So we're going to go into something a little controversial.
Oh shit. Hold on. Wait. I have to down for this. Right, go for it.
So, I'm sorry to bring the US into this, but I'm going to.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go.
So, President Trump.
Here we go. Yay!
It's the first time I brought him up on the podcast.
I think I know what you're about to say, but carry on.
And the situation with TikTok
Yeah.
and Tencent.
Yes.
This could be a very ugly situation on a number
Admittedly, I
of
don't know
levels.
much about what's happening.
So, Donald Trump has signed an executive order that in 45 days he will ban TikTok in the US. He also included in that executive order, to my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not from the US, but Tencent was included in this directive.
So who are Tencent, sorry?
Tencent are the developers of a few different mobile games and a few other and work with a few other companies, and are also the people developing Pokemon Unite.
Oh no.
They also own stocks in a number of companies, including Riot Games and Ubisoft. Now, the concern is that Riot Games is going to have a hard time because they own a majority, I believe, shares in Riot Games, or a very significant chunk in Riot Games. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Riot Games are the ones who made Valorant.
Yes, and League of Legends.
So, yeah. They're saying that it's not going to affect gaming, but God only knows at this point. I'm just a little concerned that if it does, it could have a massive overflow effect. Yes.
I am nervous for the American gaming consumers as regards Valorant, League of Legends, Pokemon Unite. They say it would affect gaming, but he who shall not be named, he of blonde nature, of powerful nature, I've never really said his name. He's very unpredictable.
I understand the concerns about the TikTok's own or is a Chinese company, and there's been concerns of hacking and that's not just been a US based thing. That's just been in general. So
Yes.
if you've got an issue with TikTok, it's not unusual for a country to ban a social media platform. And, there's mostly questionable countries, but for the most part, it's not unusual. But my concern is that this targeting other things is a little bit like, yeah, there's a lot of concern. And I was like, oh, Nintendo's putting all their cards into Pokemon Unite being a big thing in that. I'm like, oh shit.
I have a fun video game censoring story once we're done with this part. It just made me think of it. It's a fun fact. But I'll leave that for when this topic is done because it's a nice way to go a bit lighthearted out of the topic, I think.
There was, before we get into that, there was a tweet put out, and this is probably what Charming's referring to, but things have been said by the US government, and then it's changed within the drop of a hat. The current known information is that video game companies owned by Tencent will not be affected by this executive order. White House officials confirmed to the LA Times that the EO only blocks transactions related to WeChat. Tencent owns WeChat. WeChat is another controversial social media type thing.
Right.
So Riot Games, Epic Games, that's another one I forgot off the list. Epic Games.
Oh my god, Fortnite.
Yeah. Are all safe.
Okay.
But we know that these things change
Yes.
within hours, so at the moment they're saying it's safe. But if they don't get their own way, who knows?
This has the potential of really blowing up.
So it's something that I forget the politics side of it. I'm more concerned about the onflowing impact that will have during a global pandemic to the gaming industry and its employees. Forget even the consumer.
Yeah, a lot of people, consumer-based, have games as a way to keep them busy and keep them entertained throughout the whole thing. A lot of people use it as an escape. And as regards, a lot of people are working from home, which is not ideal, but they still have these jobs at least to keep the games going. If this impacts them in such a way, so many people could be out of jobs, so many consumers could be out of a way to deal with this pandemic in the first place.
It'd be like, and I'm not just putting Animal Crossing on a pedestal, but Animal Crossing's big selling point has been the ability to play it from home, and it's been relaxing, and it's come at a time when people have needed that in their lives. Can you imagine if Animal Crossing was restricted in the US?
There would be a huge outcry about it.
Now, we know Fortnite, as much as it's controversial in that some people absolutely detest the game and some people are absolutely obsessed, but it does have a massive following. Can you imagine if all of a sudden there was a restriction put on the ability to play Fortnite in the US? No pun intended, there would be riots. There would be a lot of riots. Then factor in the fact that there are some major content creators on Twitch, on YouTube, on
that
Facebook,
make money off of this.
That make money off of playing games like this. So the on-flow effect is astronomical.
That dominoes into possibly impacting Amazon a lot.
It's an ugly, unfortunate event that has been created because of a political situation as opposed to the concerns. Yeah, it's not pretty, and it's something that I wanted to bring up because I was like, I've been watching it all week going,
Yeah, I didn't know much about this. I knew it was a thing, but imagine that one time Tencent end up working on a game that could be huge is the time they're caught up in something like this. It's so unfortunate. I'm gonna share my random fun fact about censoring. So years and years ago, back when dinosaurs roamed the earth, there was a game that was released by Valve called Left 4 Dead 2.
Just a little game that no one
just a little game, you might have heard of it. Under the radar. And for those that have seen the game, you will remember the casing. So the original Left 4 Dead case art, the box art, had the hand with the writing fingers and everything, the writing hand. And Left 4 Dead 2 had it where it was showing those two fingers. Everything else was written off. In the UK, it was flipped from being that way to that way because that is an offensive symbol in the UK. So the video game boards or whatever classifications told Valve to switch to flip the hand in the art because they wouldn't sell it on shelves with that symbol on it, with it being a symbol of basically fuck off in the UK.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. I love when there's Japanese games that go to like the US and a few others that like they'll lengthen their skirts or they'll, or they're wearing more clothes and it's like
I love hearing hilarious like censoring stories.
But there's a difference between censoring if it's nudity or it's just censoring stuff that's just not like they're not
it's
naked.
Censoring,
they're
but
not,
people hear the word censoring and they think, oh, it's something to do with like skin and clothing and everything.
Yeah.
But there's like that's still censoring. It's in a hilarious way. Honestly, people should. Some of them are a little bit, but for the most part, a lot of video game censoring is hilarious. Look it up.
Oh, absolutely,
it's just great.
I was gonna say
that's a whole. I mean, we know everyone knows what they think about Wikipedia, but there's a whole Wikipedia page of all the games that have been censored and for the reasons. So look it up. And sorted by country as well. Fun fact.
There was a really famous example of some censoring done for Ocarina of Time. There are versions of Ocarina of Time that went out that were as developed by Nintendo, and there were versions of Ocarina of Time that went out that had to be altered because some of the symbols in the Fire Temple were deemed to be satanic.
Oh my god!
Or something like that. Or they meant something really bad, but they were similar, but they weren't the same, and they had to go back and...
I know what you're on about!
Yeah, they had to reskin parts of the Fire Temple.
Oh no.
And
I think Mario 64 had something similar.
Oh, probably.
In one country, there were like symbols and like a temple wall, like a level wall, that had symbols related to certain...
Yeah.
I don't know, cults or whatever.
But yeah, they reskinned the Fire Temple specifically for that. It's like, all right. So there are versions of that game that came out. So what they ended up doing was, I think that the next release of that game is in like, so the initial copies went out on Nintendo 64, and then they sold so many, so they had to make some more. The remakes of those was then altered with the reskin. So the original like first edition of printing of that game has the imagery in it, and then the second one has completely different imagery in it. It's so weird.
That is insane.
Another one that surprised me a little. Well, no, it probably has been confirmed or announced, or whatever, and I just don't tune into it because this game come and was like, it's gonna destroy Pokemon, and then it just disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Temtem's coming to PlayStation.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I just don't understand that because it's sunk like a ton of bricks.
I don't think it's sunk completely, but I will agree with the fact that it was a huge thing when it was released. Everyone on Twitch was playing it. The Temtem account on social media was like working with all these people to basically just get this game out there and help everyone and get involved with creators to see what could be added to the game. And then it seemed like after 2 or 3 weeks, everyone just stopped playing.
I mean, I played it and I didn't mind it, but I don't know. It just seemed a bit. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it. I mean, I love Pokemon, and that's no secret. And I was going in with an open mind. Do you think the same will happen with Fall Guys? No. Whoa. No.
I don't think it will because it's such a different type of game. It's a party game.
It's unique, and it's a game that brings people together, providing they can deal with people hacking the game, which they have already got people hacking it.
They've already dealt with exploits.
Because people were putting in hacks where they could speed through the levels and destroy stuff, and it ruins the experience of playing the game.
In a multiplayer physics-based game, that was going to happen.
Yeah,
that was guaranteed to happen.
It was more so like they've just like done something and they've just suddenly zipped through the map and qualified without doing anything.
Yeah.
I was like, firstly, what are you getting out of that other than winning the game, which you're winning with hollow tactics that don't actually give you satisfaction?
Exactly. I don't understand it. There was also an exploit they fixed where people could, because you get, I think they're called crowns for winning.
Yep.
There was an exploit where people just kept like, not farm, but like they'd get multiple crowns over and over and over again for actually doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I know
there was also a bug where people would grab the crown and actually not get the crown.
Yeah, Fall Guys posted that. They posted that on Twitter. It's like, well, that wasn't meant to happen, but it's hilarious.
That was
Couple
so
of side
funny.
things about Fall Guys. One, I think all the hype the game is getting is worth it and more.
Yeah.
I think it's an amazing game, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Two, whoever runs the Twitter account for Fall Guys needs a fucking award.
They're doing an amazing job.
That's one of my favorite. I've always said that one of my favorite social media accounts that I follow is an account for a company called Innocent Smoothies. The guy that or people that run that account are just amazing. Fall Guys is now up there with it because it's just
it's like the Wendy's social media. They're so brutal. As in,
but Fall Guys are just human.
Oh yeah. It's just like, oh, we made a mistake. Sorry about that, but we're still working on it. Or look at this bug. It shouldn't be in there. But what a moment! Like...
they had an interaction with the DragonBeaz Twitter account recently about the height of their characters and which one was taller. And then someone made art of a Fall Guys character hugging a DragonBeaz character, and both DragonBeaz and Fall Guys tweeted it.
Oh.
The people behind Fall Guys need awards. I swear.
Oh my god. That game we were talking about earlier, Hood, is Outlaws and Legends.
That's the one. I knew it was something or something.
That looks interesting. That's like a medieval set. Yeah.
For online multiplayer heist game on Robin Hood mythology.
Just to begin with, a few people were like, wait, while watching the stream, was like, is this Assassin's Creed at one stage? Because it gave off a little bit of that vibe to begin with, but the further it went in, it's like, no, this is an Assassin's Creed.
Same in my stream as well. Someone was like, Assassin's Creed? Because we thought it was Valhalla.
Yeah. It had moments where it was like, ooh, maybe this is, but no. And then, what else? I found more. Oh, Vader Immortal. The VR Star Wars update thing.
Here's the thing. It looks good. I'm not going to lie, it looks amazing. And I think that people that are more into that type of thing are going to really enjoy the game. That game has a huge potential of being one of the best games when it comes out that year. For me, no. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. I like it, but I'm nowhere near the same level as other people are. I saw it and I was like, well, I'm not a target audience. This isn't for me. But it does look good, I will say.
I think that's it. I actually think I've covered everything now. I don't think there's anything else that jumps out at me. So there's
Give us Gen 4 remakes, Nintendo. Anyway,
oh my god, how I've missed that. Like a hole in the head. So that's sort of the news that's come out this week. It's been a weird week, I have to say, with just lots of little bits and pieces. Other than the state of play stuff, a whole heap of little things have sort of just been leaked or dropped or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's been kind of cool. What have you been playing this week, Mr. Cinder?
I have been playing, as of a month or so ago, the wonderful, beautiful Riley has gotten me into the Kingdom Hearts series, because I never played them growing up. I was a Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Pokemon kind of kid, and I never knew the Kingdom Hearts series, let alone played them. Obviously, over the past few years living on the internet, I knew of Kingdom Hearts, but knew nothing about it. I knew it was quite a complex story. So far, up until this point, I have watched Kingdom Hearts back cover. I have played Kingdom Hearts on the remake of Kingdom Hearts 1. I've played Kingdom Hearts 2. I've watched 3-5 out over 2 days. I ignored Chain of Memories because apparently it's an awful game and I'm not going to put myself through that. I've just recently finished Birth by Sleep, which was a very fun game. I'm about to play 0.2 and then Dream Drop Distance after that, at which point... I've watched Coded as well, at which point I'm going to be playing Kingdom Hearts 3 afterwards. I am fully enveloped in the Kingdom Hearts series now.
Yeah, that's a hell of a series.
I'm so sucked into it. Aside from that, like I say earlier in the stream, I've gotten back into Animal Crossing as of a few weeks ago. And that's really fun. I had a lot of fun with the fireworks update that was a thing recently.
Yeah.
That was so good. And that's going to be happening every Sunday throughout August, I believe, fireworks shows.
Oh, okay.
So for those that play Animal Crossing, make sure you don't miss them.
Yeah.
What else have I been playing? I'm back into Smite.
Oh, yeah, I did say that.
As of a few months ago. Also, I'm going to self-plug real quick, shamelessly. Every now and then, my YouTube channel, I say I'm going to revive it, and then it doesn't happen. I'm actually kicking myself up the arse with a new series I'm doing that's going to be starting on Monday. on my YouTube channel. Search CinderShots, you'll find it. And it's going to be, for those that know Smite, I'm going to quickly touch on it so I don't bore people to death. It's going to be, you see on other games, people do unranked to masters series. I'm kind of doing something similar with a ranked series, just documenting every single win and loss and seeing what happens and learning from it. And that's going to be every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I've got 2 things recorded and scheduled already for Monday and Wednesday. I'm excited to keep that going because I've wanted to do stuff on YouTube for ages. I've got a few videos up there from before. Some of them I'm still really proud of. I really like my Enter the Gungeon video, so go back and watch that. But, shameless self-plug done. I've been playing a lot of Smite.
It's tricky, and I guess that's something we've not really touched on in the AuraCast at all is YouTube content. And that's something also that I've been pushing at the moment with my stuff.
Yes.
And mainly,
really hard.
Yeah, mainly. Well, it also helps that my shiny luck has gone through the roof, apparently.
Yeah, fuck you, by the way.
All right, so there's so much hostility towards me getting so many shinies as a new person. No, I started shiny hunting a couple of weeks ago, specifically for stream. And as a way to get myself back into Pokemon, because there's not a lot of new content from a gameplay perspective since Isle of Armor came out. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to do some shiny hunting. And so I got into, I'm like, you know what? I really like Psyduck as a shiny. 4,000 and something encounters later, finally got my blue dock. I was happy. Since then, so this has been in the last, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Not even that. I've caught 9 shinies. I've got 3 Wooloos, 1 caught ages ago. I've got 2 Psyducks. I caught my second, after that 4,000 Psyducks, I caught my second shiny after 100 accounts or something like that. It was like nothing. I'm like, oh, all right. So I've got my shiny Psyduck and Golduck. And then I was like, all right, cool. Then I got shiny Sobble from Masuda, and everyone was really salty because the Sobble I got in 420 something eggs, and it's female, and it's got the hidden ability. And I'm like, hey, I don't care. It's shiny. That's all I care about.
Fuck you.
So there has been a lot of shiny reactions on my channel, and it's like, but it's content people are enjoying, and my channel's actually getting some growth. So my advice here is, if you've got something you want to put up on YouTube, put it up and see what it does. You do have to work a little bit on YouTube, a little bit of promotion, trying to put videos out and that, but I've over doubled my subscribers by putting out content, and that's the big thing, is that you need to be somewhat regular with your content. You don't have to upload every day. There are some people who do, and they don't get me wrong. If you could do every day, go for it. But that's a lot of work.
It's important that you don't forget quality over quantity.
Exactly.
There's a couple of channels that I subscribe to. They do a video once every month or whatever, or just under, and they've got millions of subscribers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the content they produce is so good. So it's not about how much you produce, it's what you're producing.
Well, see, outside of my shiny reactions at the moment, the only other thing that's going up on my channel is, for example, I had the incident in Minecraft where I got...
Yeah, that was a good watch.
It was absolutely I had no intention of putting any Minecraft content. I'm like, that's actually not a bad short little video that would be highly entertaining, and it's in the genre that I'm playing in, which is Minecraft and that. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's put that up. And then it's because I've got some old videos up there as well. I started my own podcast on my own channel, and then I just lost the drive to do that. And I think it was because it was a solo run, unlike AuraCast, for example, where it's all right, I'm directing this a bit, but there's a number of people that I can have on, and we've got so much we can talk about, and so many diverse people, and it's cool. Those first 2 that I did were really good and really successful and a lot of fun, the Dragon's Den podcast, but I'm kind of glad that that's not in the past as such, but it's something I've moved on from. So yeah, it's worth giving it a go, and seeing if you've got any content that you want to put up there, but it's something that I'm giving a go, and it's extra promotion. That's the other thing,
Everything's a learning process. It's just trial and error. The people that are high up there in YouTube at the moment, they're still going to make mistakes as regards content.
Yeah.
You're never going to get to a point where everything's perfect. If I get proven wrong and someone does, all power to you, congratulations. But like it just comes down to everything has a target audience. I'm fully aware that with what I'm going to be putting on my YouTube channel will probably end up having a very Smite dedicated audience. But I'm okay with that because one, I enjoy the game, even though the community is toxic as hell. I really enjoy the game. I enjoy the content I'm making, which is exciting. And it's something that I can keep up to date with a lot easier than what previous attempts of mine have been. And if that audience grows for that game, then so be it, because I'm enjoying it. If it changes in the future, that's fine, because that's happened often that with stream. I've spoken about that in this podcast before, where I used to be Overwatch focused, and then it switched to Pokemon. The audience dropped, but I was enjoying what I was doing, so it didn't matter. So it's just a case of doing whatever you want to do, see what sticks, but enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
And that's like,
and remember quality over quantity. That's
absolutely, and that's where I've done a bit of refocus on my content. My primary content is now Pokemon and Minecraft. They're the two things that I enjoy, and that my core audience, for the most part, enjoy. And it's weird, like even with the shiny hunting stuff, I was like, I don't know what my community is going to be like with that. There's people who don't play Pokemon who are so dedicated to watching me just run around in a circle and hatch eggs, or run around, and it's like, I don't get it. But they're like, and then they're like guessing, and they're like, it's like, all right, this is cool. And then you get this massive explosion in the chat when you found a shiny, and it's like, all right. So don't be afraid to try different content. I can see the appeal of focusing on one game for your content. From a growth standpoint, and I can see that now that I've actually been doing that a little bit, but I still have my variety. And like I play Destiny 2, I play I do multi stuff with Cinder, I do some co-op stuff with Danny, and so my core focus is still Pokemon and Minecraft, but I still allow myself to play these other games because it just breaks that monotony of like.
Me and Beaz will be continuing the forest soon, keep an eye out for that.
That's been so much.
You can set it out there, just leave it there to grow and simmer. As regards to YouTube stuff, like I still want to do the occasional like edited together, because the Smite series is not really edited. It's just more so you see the match, you see my thinking process, the picks, the bands, and throughout the match.
Yeah.
Because it's ranked. That's the kind of audience. That's the kind of thing I want to do. But every now and then, there's still going to be an edited video, like comedy based, funny edits. That's the kind of thing I want to do.
Yeah.
And that's what I started on. Kind of with the channel, and that's what I want to keep doing. But those uploads are going to be few and far between. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, or I don't enjoy doing it. But I'm aware that sometimes if I want to do it to the quality that I want, it takes time, and different type of content has different type of not standards. Because I still hold myself to a good standard with the Smite series, even though it's not really much editing time.
Yeah.
But I want to make sure that I'm still being entertaining and providing my insight and commentary and stuff like that.
Well, it's the
different
same.
People enjoy different things.
It's the same with the few things I do for my channel. The shiny reactions are very limited in their editing, as in the whole point in those videos is my reaction. There's not much you need to do to that to make it a video that people would hopefully enjoy. Whereas I do my monthly highlights because my community loves to clip everything under the sun, but it's so good because it's like. I'm editing it, but it's actually not my content as such. It's content created by my community.
Yes.
Based off of my content.
It's just putting it all together so that everyone can enjoy it all at once.
Yeah, and like
it's great.
This month is the first month I've done it monthly instead of every 2 months, and that's because people were like, do you want me to do it 2 monthly or monthly? This is now the time for me to try and do that. And they're like, do it monthly. And then people have started clipping more. And my highlight reel ended up being 17 minutes long, which is what I normally have for a 2 month.
2 months, yeah.
And trust me, the clips are insane. I don't even remember. I love watching back and going, I don't remember me doing this, but all right. And it's usually something.
That's why I enjoyed making the Twitch channel trailer so much, because there's some clips that I use that I didn't remember until I watched them, and then I burst out laughing.
Yeah. You don't realize
Go on.
You don't realize your own stupidity sometimes.
Oh, me especially. My God. I backed my channel off it, dude. What are you on about?
Oh, absolutely. I get that.
The main thing, I've said the main thing a few times, but what's very important is if you enjoy your content, that's what matters. Because if you're making the content, you are your target audience. You want to make sure that your target audience is going to enjoy it. And if you're your target audience and you don't like the content you're making, scrap it. Think of a different way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't put something up that you don't enjoy because your target audience, the people you're trying to put a video for, probably won't enjoy it either. And it sounds harsh, it sounds mean, but you got to make sure you like what you're producing.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, it's obvious that you don't, and people aren't going to stay interested. Same with streaming.
Yeah.
If you enjoy what you do, your target audience, quote, will also enjoy it, and then that will grow over time.
Absolutely. So the only other thing I was going to bring up, and it's just a bit of a teaser, is that the team have been discussing our next event as a team. So there is a couple of ideas being thrown around. Both are very interesting. One of them is probably going to make Cinder cringe because of what it is.
Oh no!
Let's just say revisiting the past.
No.
So basically, one of the ideas being thrown around, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, is that the team members will go back to their game that started it all.
Fuck.
Wait, it's alright. It's going to be interesting because there's a few double ups, but it's going to be like the game swap week in which we give it to somebody else.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
And I was like, shit, the first game I streamed on Twitch was Pokemon
Quest.
Some poor bastard's gonna be stuck with playing Pokemon Quest. And then I was thinking you, Overwatch, and then I was thinking, oh shit, I think Alex, Gay Superman, it's also Overwatch. I'm like, oh god, there's gotta be like 500 people playing Overwatch and one person playing Pokemon bloody Quest. But DBD was another one I thought of, obviously, because Charming was originally a DBD streamer.
Oh, really?
Oh, didn't you know that? Yeah,
no.
Charming was purely a DBD streamer.
Wow, respect.
Some poor bastard would have to play Town of Salem. Oh god.
Hey, I'll be down for that. I love that game. Town of Salem's great.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting if we do that. There is another idea. We also have talked about revisiting previous ideas as well. Now that we've got a larger group of people as well. So yeah. Just to throw that out there. So the team is working on an event. I'm kind of hoping we can nail it down for doing in September. It won't be during August because we're doing movie nights and whatever else is going on. But yeah, September we're going to be doing some sort of event like that because the theme week and the swap week we did a few months ago was really popular and people seem to enjoy it.
I really enjoyed those. Those were so fun to do.
And watching some of these, and if we do a swap week, I'm just going to rig it so that Silent has to play Emily Wants to Play 2.
Oh, that's evil.
I said that in team chat. She's like, I've never felt so bad and so good about one of my decisions. It was
like a moral compass thing.
It was so funny. It was worth it. The content the Odd Squad got out of that was just... I went back and watched their entire VOD, and it was hilarious. Because
I want to go back and reminisce about the previous events, because I just remembered that the theme week existed, and I remember how much fun I had with that. Apart from Wednesday Five Nights at Freddy's can go fuck itself, but I had so much fun with that week. That was such a fun idea, and I'd love for that to be like. This is me saying, as a consumer of said content, not just a streamer, I'd love to see that come back again. That was so fun to see. The swap week, we all know how my stream went, but it was still fun.
Yeah, but I was going to say, you got one of the greatest moments I've seen in a stream in a long time. Watching your chat, including me, because I was one of the first ones going, look here, look there, and you hunt them down. It was the best thing. As frustrated.
That was the angriest I've ever been on stream.
It was just but it was so worth it from a content level because it was so, like, the chat was so engulfed with, like, rage as well.
I know.
It was so good. It was so
In
good.
hindsight, watching it back, it was fun. It was funny. But at the time, I wanted to do anything but that.
It was so toxic. It was so toxic.
The theme week and the game swap, I'd love to see come back in some capacity.
And they're the kind of ideas that we can redo. You know, some ideas you can't. It's like, all right, we do this once and then you never do it again.
Yeah.
Those ones we can. The theme week was really good. the other one I want to do at some stage is another one of those marathon runs.
Yes.
In where we a bit like, to plug another community a little bit, a bit like Pokehaven is doing at the moment.
Yes.
In which it's just a continuous run of all the team members streaming, and it links one into the other, into the other, into the other, into the other. And we did
Which you're a part of.
Yeah, I've done 3 shifts in that. 2 shinies. Yep. And then it's like, we tried it the first time, but we were a very small team, so it's hard to fill in those gaps.
Oh my god, my rambling when I played FNAF. Oh, I forgot all about that. I fear rambled so much.
You were making no sense during Five Nights. You were like a deranged auctioneer that was auctioning for their life. It was literally like that.
Oh,
they're going to jump through the door. They're going to shut the door. Going to shut the door. Going to shut the door.
I ended up making a story about how I got along with Chica and then fell out with her at some point.
I was going to say, and then you were making up like the weirdest stories, like, oh, would you want this cupcake? Oh, you're very nice. Don't worry, we'll just shut this door down. It's like, oh my god, Cinder, you're losing it. You're gone. It's gone.
That stream, that FNAF marathon I did, drove me insane.
FNAF is just one of those games. So
Alex did find me through FNAF. That is a good point.
That is very true.
Oh my god, that week was so fun. I enjoyed playing Apex Legends that week as well. I enjoyed that game. That was very fun.
So, before we wrap up, because it is already that time, practically, we can open the floor up to questions. Is there any questions that anyone wants to ask about anything we've spoken about, or,
Meanwhile, if we wait for questions, good time you just drank that.
Subtly brick.
Same wavelength.
That is going to be our motto. I'm actually, though, funny side thing, Pedal is running our Destiny 2 clan. And we were trying to come up with a motto, and I've said it that many times on the podcast. That's now our motto at the moment: subtle as a brick.
One thing before you do the wonderful read for Juju.
Yeah.
I've just had this thought just now because we have a couple of things going for like Destiny 2 and like different clans and stuff like that. If at some point in the future we get more people in the team that play Smite, I'd be interested in doing something with that in the future. I'm just going to throw my towel into the ring with that one. There
are a few different categories, and that's what I'm sort of looking at long term, in which people will take sort of like a lead with. Destiny's one of them. Like sort of Smite, Pokemon. There's a whole heap of opportunities that we could be pursuing once the team gets that little bit bigger. But yeah, absolutely. That's definitely something I'm interested in, is, diversifying and giving opportunity.
Who wants to see an Aura Guardians Pro Smite team at some point?
Good grief.
There we go.
All right. Well, before we wrap everything up, let me fire into a ad read. So, as always, the AuraCast and the Aura Guardians are partnered with Juju Energy. Juju Energy is more than just an energy drink. It's a healthy, high energy and focused formula. It is sugar-free and has natural caffeine. Juju was specifically formulated for gamers to increase focus, retention time, energy, and overall performance. So you can win more games. Maybe that's why I'm getting shinies. And level up.
Maybe, that's a good point.
Without the jitters and crashing. Juju was built for gaming, but ready for everyday life. I used to use it for when I went to work in the kitchen as a chef. And it was great. Juju is a high dose of B, C, and D vitamins and antioxidants to help boost your immune system. It also includes something called Ludamax, which is to help with the eye strain you get from the blue light that comes from your PC. It's just 15 calories per serve and contains no extra sugars and is low carb. So yeah, if you are interested, they are expanding their range a bit as well in the next couple of months, including mixed packs of individual serves and things like that. But if you want to try it out, you can go to Juju's website, and if you were to buy something, you can use the code AGFAM in checkout, and you'll get 10% off, and the team also gets a 10% commission, which we can use towards some of the stuff we do for the community and the team. But yeah, Juju's been really good to deal with. They're easy to work with. They're very, very nice people. Their customer service is amazing. So yeah, make sure you check that out.
Thank you. I still did get my stuff at some point. I haven't done that yet.
I'm drinking Tropical at the moment.
Ooh, that wasn't what you were drinking last time, was it? I say last time like I was here last week. I wasn't.
I was going to say, I've got like 5 different flavors. We're going to do an order soon too.
What's your favorite one?
Blue raspberry, without a doubt. I've actually, every time someone has bought something, I've ended up convincing them to buy blue raspberry.
So there's a brick.
Blue raspberry is really, really nice.
Yeah.
So they're all nice flavors, but blue raspberry would be my favorite. So yeah, if there's no questions from the chat, I think we will wrap yet another episode of the AuraCast up.
I'm 8. Back.
So Cinder is back.
Yes.
So we will try and get some guests on with us as well. So we will try and get someone on for next we've got some new people on the stream team as well. So we might try and shuffle some things around.
Don't know what that was, but
shuffle. So I see. So anyway, so if you have missed any of this podcast or want to watch previous episodes, you can do so in a number of ways. We do have a YouTube channel where it is uploaded about 24 hours after the live broadcast on Twitch, and we also have an audio version which is available on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Coming soon through the platform that we the things out is Amazon Podcasts and something else, and I can't remember what it was. It was another big platform. But they are coming out. They haven't officially released yet, but they are coming out. So we will look at those as potential new platforms. But at the moment, audio-wise, it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts sounds a bit fishy. And
I'm done. I'm leaving.
And Spotify. No. So that concludes this week. Thank you for being here, guys. This has been DragonBeaz.
And I have been, give me Gen 4 remakes, please, Nintendo. I'm begging you, CinderShots.
And we will see you next week. Same time, same channel, probably, normally. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. You're all amazing. Bye.
Much love. Bye.